afternoon. I hope you guys are all doing well, whatever time of the day it is for you. I'm just gonna preface this in saying, I know this foundation is not my color. I'm testing out a foundation today, and the oxidation that keeps happening with every passing minute is kind of insane. So yeah, I'll link that review video down below for you whenever it ends up being released. I don't know which one of these videos is gonna go up first, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'm not colorblind. I'm not a dum-dum. You know, we all have our days. We all make mistakes. I'm not about to sing Hannah Montana for you on camera without any alcohol in me. Today, it's not like I was actually tagged to do this tag, but I want to do it, so I'm gonna pretend like I was tagged. I've seen a couple people do this, I feel like. Vintage You're Tacky, Coffee Break with Danny. It's been going around in any case. It's the blush tag, and while I'm not like the biggest blush fanatic, I feel like if you have 3 blushes, you have them all pretty much. But I do like blush, and I have way more blush than the average human will ever need. But you know, when beauty stuff on YouTube is your job, I guess this just happens, and I really can't even use that as an excuse. I just like makeup. So the first question here is best packaging, and I had to do 2 different categories for this because the one that I think is the best is limited edition, and I think that's not fair. So I'm gonna show you a limited edition one, and then I'm gonna show you just a normal one. First off, I mean, and this is best packaging not just for blush, but the eyeshadows, the lipsticks, everything was on point with this collection from M.A.C. This was from the Alluring Aquatics collection. This came out 2 summers ago, I believe. And I got one of their extra dimension blushes that they released with the collection. This is See Me, Hear Me, and I need to start using this again. It is such a pretty color. It's one of those ones that just makes you make all of the embarrassing noises that you really never wanted your mom or your grandma to hear, but since they watch your videos, hi. I'm so sorry. You made me. I blame you. Anyways, this packaging is so pretty. It's just that nice aquatic turquoisey greeny teal color, and then it's got the raised plastic bumps that look like water, and it's so good. It's so good. If there was a company that just was like aquatic cosmetics and they just made all of their packaging like this, I can promise you, whether the actual product is crap or good, people will buy it. This is just bananas. It's so pretty. And thankfully the blush inside is great as well. But limited edition blush packaging aside, things that you can still get and that have been around for forever, these Too Faced blushes though. This is the Sweetheart's Perfect Flush Blush in Candy Glow. Not only is the blush beautiful, but then the packaging, it's just like, come on. They have since come out with more heart-shaped blushes. I haven't tried those yet. I hear they're fantastic. I just haven't had, I shouldn't say I haven't had the money to buy one of those blushes. I just have put my money towards other things. These are just so cute that you don't care that the packaging is cardboard. You don't care that it's super chunky and clunky because it's adorable. You know, there's nothing wrong with being chunky and clunky. That's basically me in a nutshell. So I gotta stick with this one. It's so cute and I love these blushes. The next question here is just silly, if you ask me, and quite hilarious, considering I'm doing a blush tag. This is prettiest color. Like, how am I supposed to do? Why do you think I can choose when I own this many blushes? I can't pick. But if you're really gonna force me to, I've gotta go with the blush that comes in this Tarte palette here. You can buy this blush on its own. I just happen to have it in an eyeshadow palette as well. This is their blush Glisten. Now in this light, you're like, whatever. Oh, don't worry. Once you see it close up, you will understand. This is your stereotypical peachy pink, and it's got a gold sheen running through it. That's about it, but oh my gosh, is it pretty. Like, if you wanted me to put a blush all over my face for a day and go out into the world, this is probably the one I would smear all over, because yeah, it would be laughable, but it's gonna look good too, because that color It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And next up here is the question, most pigmented. And while I don't have one blush in particular, I sure as heck have a brand. I love Tarte blushes. As you can see, this is not all of them because I was silly. I didn't really think out my packing very well when I moved from my apartment in Boston to my dad's place here in Minnesota. I didn't bring all of my makeup with me. Some of my makeup is in storage right now, which is terrifying to think about because I have so much here with me. But that being said, I just think Tarte blushes overall are the best, which this is kind of leaking into another question in this tag, but like these blushes are so pigmented. You just need the one swipe and you're boom. Done. Good to go. I'm sure there are more pigmented blushes out there, but not necessarily really pigmented and blendable. That's what's so great about Tarte blushes in my eyes, is that they blend so beautifully, so beautifully. Not to mention the color range is just fantastic, and I just love Tarte blushes. Even if you took away all of my blushes and only left me with my Tarte ones, since you only need a little tap in there for both of your cheeks, I have enough blush to last me at least 10 lifetimes, really. It's sick and sad, but like, I just love them so much. They just make me happy. There's something about blush, I think, that innately makes us makeup lovers really happy inside. It's a nice feeling. Question number 4 is an everyday blush, and this is actually a new acquisition for me, but it was also in my monthly best and worst of beauty last month. I'll have that link down below and any other pertinent links that I may or may not have for these products. This blush is fantastic. This blush is from H&M. This is in the shade Cameo Pink, and this really is probably the best everyday blush that I've found for my skin. It really just is that nice pinky mauve brown. You know, it's pretty standard, but I don't have any other colors quite like this one, and it's really freaking pretty. Like, to me, this is the kind of blush that you could wear regardless of season. You know, I definitely have some blushes where like they really are more autumn or like more summer. I'm really not that kind of a person when it comes to makeup. I really don't care what season it is. If I want to wear that, I'm gonna wear that. But I feel like with blushes, it's just a little bit different because blush really is dependent on the temperatures and stuff outside. Like, my cheeks are gonna be a completely different color pink naturally in the summer than they are in the winter. This one from H&M, whoo, it's really good. It's freaking sun. So this next question here kills me. It kills me so much. Like, I don't even know. I was gonna say, I don't even know how I'm sitting here. It's a terrible joke. What is my most regretted blush purchase? I regret it, but I don't. Like, I regret it because I know I'm never gonna use it, but I don't regret it because it's so pretty. This was from the M.A.C Guope collection. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I bought a blush and I bought a lip gloss. I felt good that I refrained. I mean, I really had to because holy crap, this was really expensive. I'm pretty sure this blush was like $30. Stop judging me. I know. I make bad choices sometimes. All right. But like, this packaging though, right? And then it's got the embossed hibiscus flower on the actual blush. It's so pretty. I can't ruin that. I can't. I haven't even touched this, you guys. I have not even touched this. Should I do it for the video? I'll do it up in the corner. Oh, shoot. Oh, I've got to start using that, but I can't. Okay, so like, let's just admire the packaging. It's nice. It's got a decent weight to it. It's got that nice gold. It's got the actual like silk fabric on the front. It's got the nice like button closure. It's got a huge mirror. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, it's so good. I just love this. So like, I regret it because like, sometimes you decide that certain things are more important than others. And when this launch came out, I decided that this blush and the lip gloss that I bought was more important than like going out to the movies or spending my money on something practical like a tank of gasoline. That is that. I regret it, but like really I don't. But if I had to regret any of my purchases in my blush collection, this has got to be it. So the next question here, what is my most least my least used, is it most least? No, it's just my least used blush. Aside from that Guope blush, this blush from Tarte. Now, this is just a really, really too deep of a red for my skin color, and I tried rocking this for a long time when I first bought it. And looking back on those videos, oh my gosh. I've made some bad makeup choices in my life, as we all have. This is one of my most regrettable. It's so pretty. It's like that perfect strawberry red shade. I just really have a hard time pulling this off because it is intense. Even if you just do little taps, it's really easy to go overboard because I am so pale. So this is definitely my least used, but I still love it. And it's still pretty. And the next question, what is my most used / I would never let go of? I can't answer this one. I honestly feel like I do a really good job of rotating my blushes. I tend to rotate a couple of them every single month, so I'm always using all of my blushes. Like, I really don't have a most used. That just is the way that it is, and honestly, I wouldn't let go of any of my blushes, at least right now, because I love them all. And there's a reason why I have them. I look at one blush and I'm like, no, I would never let that go. Like, that must be the one. But then I look at another one and I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't let that one go either. So, sorry. And like I said earlier, I pretty much already answered this question. What is my favorite blush brand? Hands down, Tarte. Like I said, this is not even all of them. I'm pretty sure I have at least 2 or 3 others of the normal single packaging, and then I definitely also have more of these type of palettes. So yeah, Tarte just gets me. I don't know. I just love the packaging that they come out with, whether it is their singles or if it is their like palettes or whatever. I really like what Tarte does, and with their blushes, like I've said before, they are so pigmented, but they're so easy to blend out and they last all day. All day. If you've got a mentality that Tarte blushes are really hard and like weird to touch, like they're not soft at all, they're just crusty and whatever, I feel like Tarte recently, within the past year, completely overhauled and redid their blush formulations. Like here, this was one of my first blushes, period. This is Tarte's Blissful. Can you see how it's a bit like harder, but it's still got great pigment to it, but it does have that harder pan to it. Here's one of the new Tarte blushes. You can also see it's got the gold writing there instead of the old one. I like the old one personally, but their new ones, it's just got a much softer, creamier look to it. And if anything, it's still just as pigmented, if anything, maybe a little bit more because of the creaminess. So I feel like if you did not like this old formula of Tarte blushes, go touch their new ones. Go touch one of their palettes, or like I said, one of the new ones with the gold writing on it. They really have stepped up their game, if you ask me, in the creamy texture and everything. Like I said, I didn't hate the formula before. Personally, it didn't bother me. But if that was a turnoff for you, go give them a try. I think it's worth trying out again because I just love Tarte blushes, so like it makes me sad that some people are like, no, they're disgusting. I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion. It just kind of breaks my heart a little bit. And so far this year is short, so this question, you know, we're only a quarter of the year in for 2016 and it's asking me what my greatest blush discovery of the year is. I really haven't tried too many new blushes, but I have tried the new H&M blushes recently. I liked their old blushes just fine. I have a couple of them that I depotted and put into a Z palette, which is in storage right now, but these new ones that are in the hexagonal beauty new beautiful line, I want more. I don't need more, but I sure do want some. They're just beautiful. They are silky, they are creamy feeling, they last a good amount of time, I would say around like 8 hours, so definitely through a work day or whatever. And then also something that I don't know why I never hear other people mention, but I did say this in my best and worst of beauty that I put this blush in, and people down in the comments were like, really? And then they went and they smelt their blushes too and they're like, oh my god, you're right. These smell like the Too Faced chocolate bar palettes, you guys. So yummy. So good. Anything chocolate. I mean, you had me. You had me at I was already there. Like, chocolate? Yeah. Next up, they want to know what my most practical blush is, and I already showed you this one, but it's Tarte's Blissful. This is not Blissful. This is Tarte's Blissful. Remember how I said, you know, a lot of blushes are seasonal? This one isn't. I could wear this any day, anytime, any month, and this will look appropriate. It really is the perfect apricot peach delight. It's beautiful and it looks good no matter what season, I swear to you. That's what I love so much about it, and that's why I haven't gotten rid of it, and that's why you can start to see that some of the embossing is almost gone. And on a Tarte blush, oh my gosh, like that's an accomplishment. It really does go with anything, no matter what your eye makeup's doing, whatever your lip is doing. This is a neutral enough pink where it's gonna go with everything, but it's also going to be its own statement, you know? It's still gonna bring that life into your cheeks. I don't know why I'm motioning to my cheeks like this is what I have on, but it really is just perfect in my eyes. So really, really love Blissful from Tarte, and I would recommend it to anybody. Now this next question kills me. This is what my least practical blush is, and I'm gonna have to say that it's the Benefit boxed blushes, purely because they're clunky. But like I said earlier, so is this Too Faced one. I mean, basically any company that makes clunky cardboard packaging, it's not completely practical to me because storage wise, you know, it's a lot easier to store something slim like this than it is to store something hefty like this. But that being said, I still love the Benefit boxed blushes. I really don't own many of them. These were actually all gifts. I love that it's got the magnetic closure, and I love the colors, and like, okay, this is not what the question is, but like, I think that's the main reason why I never bought any of the boxed blushes from Benefit myself, is purely, I mean, I don't know, can you depot these? I feel like it would be really hard and you're probably gonna break it. I guess that's why I would say it's the least practical, but really it doesn't bother me at all. This next question is, what's the most expensive blush? This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush. I have mine in the shade Mood Exposure. It's beautiful, but shoot, this cost me an arm. Not an arm and a leg, but a freaking arm. And being an artist, that was a hard one to take. Thankfully, I do love this blush. I need to use this more, it's so pretty. I just wish I had more cheeks. I suppose I've got my butt cheeks, like I could probably put blush on my butt, but that would just be a little strange and like no one would know it was there except me. I feel like I would just be walking around giggling all day. People would be like, what's so funny? I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you, but I've got blush on my butt right now. Like how dumb would that be? But yeah, these Hourglass blushes, they really are expensive, but shoot, at least this one that I haven't tried any of the other ones. I haven't tried their powders either, but it is really, really nice. So at least it feels like it's worth the price, you know? Like it feels a bit luxurious, but it's still way overpriced for a freaking blush. I feel like I skipped a question. I totally skipped a question. So this one is Party Blush. I don't get it. Maybe some people do have a blush that they're like, no, I only wear this to the club. I only wear this at birthday parties. This is strictly a party blush. I don't have one, but if I did have to say one, I don't have it with me. It is in storage, but it would be my NARS Super Orgasm Blush, just because that has such chunky glitter in it. And I don't think the glitter is super prominent or anything. I still think it's super wearable for every day. So I mean, I do wear it during the day. One of my friends out in Massachusetts actually gave that to me for a gift. Oh, that was so sweet. And so you didn't have to do that, Tori. I mean, I guess that would be a party blush. Like if I really had to pick one to be like, party, I would say Super Orgasm by NARS, but I make every day a party. I wear it when I want. But all right, so least expensive blush. I don't have any to show you right now because they are in storage in my Z palette. Yay. It would either be my NYX blushes or else my Wet n Wild blushes. I think the Wet n Wild are cheaper. Those are $3, or at least they were $3 when I bought them. I feel like since they reformulated their blushes, they're a bit more spendy. I think they're like $4.99 or something, but the NYX blushes are also really cheap, and both of them are really, really good blushes, especially for the price. They are really pigmented. They are really soft to kind of the point of being a bit powdery and crumbly, so you have to be a bit careful with them, but I still think they're great blushes. I have multiple NYX blushes. I have multiple Wet n Wild blushes. Just like I said, I don't have them with me because apparently I felt like I should put my Z palette in storage. But yeah, that's it, you guys. This was a long tag. Oh my gosh, I hope I am able to edit this down quite a bit. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun for you. Of course, I tag you regardless of whether I actually put your name in the description box to actually tag you. I'm definitely going to tag some people individually, but if you want to be tagged, if you want to do this tag, consider it done. I have tagged you. Fool, do it. Whoosh, whoosh. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a fool. I just felt like I was slapping you when I did that tag, so. That is gonna do it for me for today. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful, I don't know, spread the love of blushes, made you happy. If you did find it enjoyable and all that, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!